Sup, y'all? It's us. We're here. It's Lydia, Aaron, Table Scraps, the Paper Dungeon. All those words, that's what this is. I couldn't come up with a creative name for the stream, so it's just, we're back!
We're back.
Guys, we missed last week. I apologize for that. Last week had a whole bunch of tech issues, and then it hit Thursday, and I was like, well, we don't have a stream to talk about, and we were kind of running on fumes in the last one anyway, so it's like, what are we going to do? And I was super tired, so I just decided, you know what? We'll miss a week. It'll be fine. I have obligatory plugs that is needed to go over. Yeah, it's obligatory mandated plug time. Raid. Ooh. Also, thank you for Halcyon, for your 5-month subscription, and Faye, thank you for your support at Ko-Fi. Thank you for your donation. First off, we have social media: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. All of them have been pretty lax for a while. We are going to be getting back to that as soon as we can. We're working on it, but they're still really good. Check out our stuff that's on there. They're really, really awesome. If you want to support us, you can either follow, subscribe, the usual Twitch, YouTube stuff. We also have a Ko-Fi, we have a Patreon, we have a Streamlabs donation button. And the easiest thing you can do is just tell your friends, show up and bring people with you, and it's really great. We also have a website. On that website, we have merch where you can buy stuff like hats and other things that have our merch stuff on it. All of our art is done by Lydia. It's great. It's really good stuff. And speaking of Lydia also has a store where you can buy her art specifically, and also, maybe not right now because commissions probably still aren't open.
I have a commissions wait list going right now, and I'm actually planning on this weekend starting to go through that wait list.
Nice. So, you can do commission stuff, kind of. That's pretty sick. Do that. Lydia needs to pay rent now, so woo! Rent! But yeah, so help her out, and by helping her out, indirectly help me and Grant. But that's the main ones. And also, can't believe glossed over this one. Thanks, Maz, for always putting all the things in the chat. Hello, Drew. Welcome to the chat. It is great to have you here. Join our Discord. If you aren't in a Discord, what are you doing? We're there all the time. You can send us. We've been getting just incredible art. I love seeing the art that people do. It's wild, dog. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely crazy. But we'll chat. Other people, some of you in the chat, hang out in the calls and talk to each other and stuff like that.
I fell asleep in there yesterday.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
This morning.
I'm definitely going to tell that story.
I'm down.
It was great. To be fair, that's all the plugs. I'll start off with that story. So this morning, I had a 6 a.m. shift. I wake up, my alarm rings at 5:15. I wake myself up. I'm like, yes, let's go about my business. But I don't have to go anywhere because it's a 10-minute drive. Thank you for the gifted sub, Brayden. Great to have you here. Also, hello. We were just talking about your sick art.
Let's not.
Other people art has also been really sick in there, but
Hi, Bella.
you just happen to be the one that I remember. But I wake up 5:15. I check my phone. I'm scrolling through any notifications that happen tonight. I open up the Discord and I scroll down a bit and I go, "Oh, Lydia's still in the call." I wonder if recently they've been having competitions every once in a while to see who can stay up the latest, just big dumbs. And so I get a call, I'm like, "Lydia." And there's a pause. And then I hear, "What?" "Yeah?" And I'm like, Lydia, it's like 5:15. You should go to sleep. No. And I'm like, I respect that decision, but you should. It's like 5:15, Lydia. You should. It's like it's not healthy. You should go to sleep. You're like, no. Anyway, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'm like, I think that's the right choice. That sounds like a good decision to make. You go to sleep and sleep well. And you're like, okay, great. Bye. And you're like, close. And I'm like, oh, that was a fun conversation. And I go about my day and go to work.
I don't remember talking. I remember hearing Aaron. I remember responding to Aaron, but I don't remember the actual.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man, it was great. So yeah, you can join the Discord, and sometimes at 5 a.m. we can be like, why are there people in this call? Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, and keep sending us your cool art. It doesn't have to be about the show. Just cool art that you do.
Art.
Although when it is about the show,
yeah, if it's
really
just
cool.
About the show, that'd be really, really cool.
Really
but if
awesome.
you just want to share other art,
yeah, we just like to see the cool stuff that you can do. It's impressive. So anyway, this is what we normally do. Is we normally talk about the Monday game on Thursday, which is today. We did actually get to play this past Monday. Man, it was difficult for me. I had a last minute information where it was like, oh shoot, now I'm DMing. Oh gosh. And then it was like it hit Monday, and I was like, well, better get to work on that. And then I ended up like not dangerously, but still in a hospital. Like, I was not in danger. I just happened to be in a hospital for like 5 hours. And so I get out of there, and I'm like, all right, looks I'm gonna have 30 minutes to come up with what we're doing tonight. But for all that, I think that it went pretty. For a 30-minute prep, I've DM'd worse games.
It's better than I could do in 30 minutes.
I've DM'd worse games that I've spent like weeks on. So sounds good to me. But yeah, we basically what happened is I learned that I was going to be DMing. I was like, Grant, Lydia, you're going to be the players that I have available this Monday. What do you want to do? And they were like, I don't know.
We were like, yeah,
how about this?
We were like, we could continue like the Witchlight, or we could do like try to do like a bison thing, and then we couldn't decide. And then we're sitting in the car, we're like going to Pizza Hut, and I just go, can we do a Western?
And I was like, yeah, I can do that. I've been working a little bit behind the scenes on some different like places and locations, and I actually already had kind of a Western world ready. And then I felt really bad because Lydia, you called me in a fervor. You're like, Aaron, I had an idea.
Well, like, I was also in voice chat when I called you, and I was like so scared that you were gonna be like really like not in the mood. Or you were like either gonna be like upset that I called you, or you would think something was really, really wrong. Because like, I was like, Aaron.
I pick up my phone and I'm like, what's up? And you're like, Aaron, I had an idea. And I'm like, okay. And you're like, how done are you? Like, what amount are you done with the one shot? And I went, inconsequential. What's your idea? And you said, could we call it Fey Wild West? And I was like, out of all of the things that I was expecting to hear, None of them were that. Literally none. And I was like, I mean, we could, but I'm not gonna put
But
it in the
it's not in
Fae.
the Fae. I'm like, okay.
Well, that's fine. And I was like, but we could still call it that. It just won't make a whole lot of sense. Like, it's a really good name. And yeah, and that was so we missed out on calling it the Fey Wild West.
So we missed out on that, but that's an idea I have for the future that I want to make now. I want to make the Fey Wild West a thing. What?
This is it's your dream come true. Stream title has been changed.
Fey Wild West. I do actually want to make a Fey Wild Western though. That would be so fun.
If I didn't want it to be in the canon like Nico Muris verse, I would have. But like I don't know all of the like stuff for the Feywild of Nico Muris. So I'm like, meh. I don't wanna infringe upon that kind of information. But yeah, it was I think it went pretty well. I will advise if you were there for it, or if you want to, it may be a good one to watch. Just some distant point in time in the future, some things may be relevant. Maybe it's hard to know. It in case you guys don't know, no matter what I do, if I am playing a character, if I am DMing, I try to always put things in whatever I do that may be used as a callback at a later point in time. It could be a week from now or like a year and a half from now.
Aaron's just a spider weaving his web.
And you see, it makes me look really smart. Except the sheer number of things that I'll never actually use is just innumerous. So yeah, I think it went felt. You and Grant. Oh my God, Grant.
Grant's ability to just make the best characters.
I don't even know if it's his character creation. I literally think
it's fully just him acting as the character.
It's
I don't care about stats. But like
Grant's physical comedy.
His performances.
He's like the modern day Carrot Top. Like he's literally like a physical comedy savant. And it blows my mind every time I do literally anything with him. Because it's like, yeah, Grant's funny. But, like, the sheer movement of his body just is ridiculous. It's wholly ridiculous. And man. Because, like, both of you had really good characters. You played off of each other phenomenally well. Yours was what I expected you to play. And then Grant shows up playing Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan.
Where he's like, I hope it's okay that I named my character this. And I'm like, well, we're in the stream. So if it wasn't, this really isn't the time to bring it up. And then he's like his ad lib. My brother Caillou. God, it's just I don't it's hard to imagine Grant in something that isn't a comedy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I can see that. Yep.
Yeah,
I want to see it though. I want to see him, but we have seen him with the more kind of like.
Oh yeah, he can do it.
He can totally do it.
Absolutely.
And he does it well. Like I just think of like I go back to like Bailey.
He's like Jack Black, where it's like Jack Black really thrives in comedies, and you don't hear about the movies that he's done that aren't comedies. Like he's been in like kind of rom-coms, but it's mainly rom and not a whole lot of com, and they're like pretty good. Like he does a very good job acting in like serious positions and stuff like that. But when you think of Jack Black, you don't think of that.
You don't think of those.
You think of like Kung Fu Panda.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's oh man, it was something. My 30-minute game plan. What happened was because obviously, technically, I had a little bit more than 30 minutes because I had around a day. It was just I only had 30 minutes with my books at hand. So throughout work, I was trying to figure out what exactly you guys would be doing while I was sitting in the waiting room at El Hospital. Uh, I was like playing through it in my mind, and the entire planning went Wild West. How many people do I have? Two. They're level 5. They can probably kill a mind flare. There you go. That was the entire planning process. I was like, I don't know, stick them in boots, call it good. Um, yeah, turns out I mean, it's that easy. Uh, yeah, it turned out well. You had a sick, gosh dang, like, first of all, Grant literally didn't do anything in combat.
He didn't. No.
He didn't have a
Stunned
turn.
him. Yeah.
So that was entirely you and one shot from
It was just a lot of punches.
yeah, it was just a bunch of punching
Just a bunch of punching.
and a single sniper bullet from an old dwarf. um yeah. Before we played, I was like, all right, gang, I'm gonna be 100% honest. There's not a whole lot of meat to this one shot. Talk to every person in the town, because if you don't, I don't know what you guys are going to do. I'm like, we're just gonna depend on your guys' ability to play off of each other, role play, and be hilarious, and my ability to fiddle deedle die with random NPCs, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. It'll be great. And then it turned out pretty good. It hit around to the 2-hour mark, which is good. Tough to do.
It was definitely fun. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And like I really enjoyed it because I don't think there's ever been a chance for like it to be just me and Grant playing together. And Grant and I already have like very chaotic energy together when we get to play in one shots.
Well, yeah, I think that the three of us make a really good team. Right? It's where it's like I'm very straightforward. Like I'll riff with the rest of us, but my goal is to keep us on track and going places. And then you and Grant are just the like chaos twins. But you aren't so chaotic that you are unable to listen to like, all right, guys, let's move on. And so you guys can kind of just do whatever you want, and then somehow we'll get to the end because I keep pushing you forward. And so like I think we make a pretty good trio when it comes to playing characters or like in a game and stuff. I'm excited to play like in-person D&D with you and Grant.
It's been so long since I've played in person.
Man. I'm so excited. I get to use cool maps. Yeah, baby. And now I have it was mentioned earlier by someone. Who was it? Oh, yes. Pella, aka Evet, I think, mentioned the D&D map pieces, the one with like the secret door and stuff that I showed in the Discord voice chat. I got those courtesy of Lydia's family members. But yeah, now I can make actual rooms. Then we just have to figure out like a character, like minis, character minis.
Yeah.
And then I can spend way too much money on other minis, and then Lydia, you can teach me how to paint. Because I don't know
I'm not
how.
very good. I'm not very good at painting minis.
Lydia, I don't care. it's like, oh, Aaron, I'm not very good at this. I literally can't. You are an infinite amount of skill more than I am. You could be at a 1 out of 10 and be 100%, actually an infinite percent more skill than I am at a 1. Because I have minis, right? Oh, so, Pella, would you prefer me to say Pella or Evet?
I'm gonna call him Pella.
Because my brain says Evet, and that's why it takes so long. Thank you. Let's not for the gifted sub to Phoenix 1355. But I will work on an Amazon gift list. It's actually been requested a couple of times. I'll try to get the rest of the crew to kind of figure stuff out as well. So if people have individual things that they would like, you know who they're going to and stuff like that. But we will try to do that. Also, thank you. We've like received several gifts. Speaking of gifts, we had a wonderful box opening. At the start of this last one shot. Oh my, I can't trust you two with anything. I'm like, all right, guys, let's get into it. And
no, when I went back to watch it, and he starts biting the box.
They're like, Aaron, we got this box in the mail.
Aaron, we got this
Grant's
box.
P.O. box.
Well, and
Grant
here's
has a
the deal.
P.O. box.
It was me. Grant very much was like, let's make it like Patreon content and do it later. And I'm like, no, I don't want to wait. I want to open it.
And so I'm like, okay, yeah, we can open the box. Start of the stream. It'll be great. It took like 10 minutes.
It took a long time.
They couldn't open the box. I'm just sitting here. I'm like, just get like scissors. Go get like a butter knife.
That's what I was doing.
The two of them. Grant's like, I have this pin.
Grant said he had it. Grant said he had the thing to open it. And then we're live, and he's like, I don't have it. I just have this pin. And I'm like, why didn't you tell this to me?
I'm like, we were 15 minutes late starting because I was writing the game. And they didn't take any of that 15 minutes of time to go and get something to open the box.
So I have to run upstairs, sneak into the room, I didn't even find my box cutter. I had to find a pair of scissors, sneak back out, run downstairs with scissors safely, and then hand it to Grant. And then Grant couldn't even do it with the scissors, so then I had to take it from him and do it in the back.
And so I'm just trying to stall for time for like 10 minutes. He was
trying to open it with his teeth.
He did. He went full, like he was trying to just straight up eat the box.
He really was.
Oh my, it was like, this is why we're never doing another box opening again. Never happening.
True. This is the reason why we're going to do it every single time.
So if we start getting too many packages, we're gonna have to like set aside a specific day for it. One day, that's the dream. We'll have those like YouTube box opening videos.
Have an unboxing stream.
Yeah, that's the one.
Dude, I wish.
Hey, one day, Lydia, when we're filthy rich and millions of people adore us. Yes. That's a thing that will happen.
No, I don't want that.
I don't either. That sounds horrible.
Okay. But
yeah. Oh man. But yeah, I thought it was a fun stream regardless of how incredibly unprofessional it is.
Sorry, but we're kind of known for our scuff, and it's charming.
Oh man. Was it the guest one shot where I was like, guys, that's a terrible thing to be known for?
I don't know. I feel like we've said that multiple times.
Like, I get that it's our shtick, but like, come on, guys.
Oh my goodness, I know.
Oh, hey, we'll get better over time. It'll happen.
Maybe. I mean, we're almost at 2 years.
Um, I guess that I mean we have several things that we could talk about, but little bit of update stuff for our personal lives. We got to see the house that we'll be moving into, so that's pretty sick. It's a lot bigger than we expected.
It is. It's gonna be amazing.
They've straight up like it had to be like almost 12-foot ceilings, and like they're
And
like 10 to 12.
we may have a ghost.
Yes, we theoretically have a ghost.
We possibly have a ghost.
So that's fun. But yeah, so you will. My setup that I've had for 2 years straight will finally change. Lydia's will change again for the 5th time.
For the more than that, because I've rearranged my room multiple times.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like it.
But like in the like, okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'll be the 4th location.
Yeah. Yeah, and then mine will theoretically look great because I'm just gonna let Lydia and Grant go crazy and make it look not like garbage, and then I'll never change it. So yeah, that's the plan. It looks exactly the same.
It's literally the same setup.
The same setup, same picture. Everything is identical.
We just give you a green screen and we take a photo of the same background.
And it's like, but you don't even take me out of it. Like, it's just a screenshot of this. And then... So,
but wait, no, I don't even want it to be a green screen. I want it to be a printed screen.
Oh, that's even better.
Just in the back.
But yeah, so you'll probably see... I mean, who knows? We might do like a... I don't know about like a house walkthrough or anything, because there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. But you know, you'll maybe get to see some of it at some point in time. Probably see the sick table D&D setup we're gonna have.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be tasty. We're gonna finally be able to use this table. It's gonna be exciting. I'm down with a goth setup. I feel like I could rock the goth vibe.
Honestly, I think you could.
I really think that I could if I had the energy to do it. I totally.
I think it fits you really well, actually.
It absolutely does. I have the personality of a goth with none of the effort.
We'll get Hal to help.
Hal's in.
100%.
Absolutely.
Hal is our head goth. But yeah, so
What do we do now?
I mean, I'm here. I'm in like a guest room in Grant's family's house right now. That's where I'm at. It's been really fun. I really enjoy it here. It's really cool. I'm really excited to be roomies. Oh, Aaron, you have a cave.
Yes.
You just have a cave.
I'm in the basement. And
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic because no one else is in the basement. And it's a very large basement, and I'm only going to be in like one room. Like, yes, please. Also, this actually brings up a question. So, let's not. When you were making the tarot cards, and you made the Magician, which is I'm in that one. You hadn't seen Between the Rose season 2 yet, had you? Because I like pointed it out to the cast, the way that you drew the Magician bore a striking resemblance to the costume that I wore for season 2, the finale. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, did they know? Did they just knew? Like, what happened here?
Oh, that reminds me though. I'm supposed to get on a call with my grandma this weekend because I'm pretty sure she finished watching Between the Rose, like season 1 and 2. So I want to chat with her about it so bad.
Yeah, your grandma's great.
My grandma's probably TVD's #1 fan.
Met your grandma when we picked you up. She was great.
Yeah, she's pretty
really
great.
Really nice. Oh man, Well, shoot, Lydia. We were only 35 minutes through.
Well, okay, so like
You got stuff to
we can talk more about move stuff. We can talk about we can talk about between the rows stuff. I'm always down to talk about between the rows. I'm so freaking excited. We can talk about what else has happened? We've had like Taco Bell for like 7 days in a row.
Y'all have eaten way too much Taco Bell.
It's a problem, but it's cheap and it's easy.
Halcyon, and this goes to everyone. You can always ask pretty much any question of us, whether or not it actually relates to TBD, and we will do our best to answer it. Of course, obviously, be responsible with the power that you hold and don't make dumb decisions. But you can always ask questions. But last night, so I messaged Lydia. I played volleyball last night. It went all right. But I was like, yo, Lydia, I just got off ball. Do you want to go get food? And Lydia was like, no, I think I'm just going to stay in my room tonight. And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's chill. I shall dine alone is the exact message I sent. And then I went, and it was like 9:30, and I went to a little Mexican restaurant that's open till midnight, and I just sat in a booth in the corner until like 11:45.
Oh my gosh.
With a bowl of bean dip.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, it was literally, I was the only one in the restaurant. There was me, there was a person who worked there, and then there was a person that knew the person that worked there sitting at the bar.
Uh-huh.
And so I literally just sat there alone for like 2 hours. I was like, what do they think of, like, what do these people who have seen me think when they look over in this little dark corner? Like, are they like, what is he going through? What sorrow has befallen him? Man, that's just
oh my gosh.
Like, and
well,
then it gets worse because
no.
I had to order a main dish. I went to a Mexican restaurant and I ordered a foot-long chili cheese dog.
Why?
I don't know. It wasn't even that good.
Well, and so here's what happened. So I was with you were doing volleyball, and then I was hanging out with Grant for the last little bit, and Grant and I were just sitting there, and Grant was like, I want to go get chicken, and I was like, okay, then let's go get chicken. And so we go and we get his chicken, and we found the anthem for the Paper Manor, by the way, which I need to send to you. But we go and we come back, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go play video games now. And I was like, okay.
Bye.
So I just went up to my room, and then I was just sitting here vibing. And then I had like a few calls, and then I got in voice chat, and then we played Among Us, and then I fell asleep in voice chat, and then you woke me up, and now we're here.
Now we're here. First off, we were actually asked a question. Halcyon, top 3 characters each of you relate to. Is this in general? Is it like D&D specifically?
Is it Paper Dungeon characters?
Is it Paper Dungeon characters? Is it like through all of media? What like what are your?
I'm gonna assume it's like all characters open.
All characters open, huh?
Like,
because
TPD there's 4 players and
everything
3.
ever. I shall try to remember to call you Hal. I don't. For some reason, when I read the names, like on the Twitch, because I normally say Hal, but when I read them, I read like half the word and then I stop.
So is it like favorites or relate to?
Everything ever.
Okay. Is it like how like our favorites or if we relate to them?
To.
Okay. Um.
Voldemort. That's you see that's a this is one of those questions that is really difficult just because there's so many possible like answers. Um, Most of mine are probably going to come from books because that's the stuff that I remember. I don't watch a whole lot of movies and TV shows, so.
I don't really have like I relate to all my favorite characters in like little elements. There's not a character that I'm like, this is me. Um, that's my problem. So like I have a lot of characters I really, really love, and I love them for certain aspects of them that I think they have elements that are similar to me, but like overall I wouldn't.
Okay.
So some of my favorite characters. Do you want me to stall or
Yeah,
do you
yeah,
got
no,
them? Okay.
you see, I've like got mine, but I need to formulate the answers and
Okay,
remember their names.
okay. So I have a lot of characters that like I really love. So I think my favorite character of all time and one of my first favorite characters was Starfire from Teen Titans.
Good choice. Good
I
answer.
love Starfire. Then probably Morticia Adams after that.
Didn't see that one coming.
Specifically though from the like old TV show, the like black and white TV show. Like Morticia's
yes.
great, but like specifically that Morticia is my favorite Morticia. Then Lydia Dietz, just because that's where I got my name. My parents named me after Lydia Dietz. Well, they found my name because of Lydia Dietz. And then the 11th Doctor, Matt Smith in Doctor Who.
Gotcha.
Love him. Honey Lemon, Big Hero 6. I love Honey Lemon. I wish I was as smart as Honey Lemon.
You're doing
Bibble.
great.
Bibble from the Barbie movies, like the Fairytopia.
From...
No. No, he's like this little blue and purple puffball, and he's like, and he's my favorite thing ever. He's an icon, a legend. The horse from Barbie Life in the Dream House, like the TV series thing they did for a little bit. It was a web series, TV series. That horse is everything I want to be. The sock monkey from Mr. Megorium's Wonder Emporium. Just wanted a hug. And honestly, that's what started my spark to collect sock monkeys when I was younger. I had a big collection of sock monkeys.
I'm struggling to find this last one's name.
What are other things I like watched? I'm not a big show or movie person anymore, so I don't have a lot of like modern favorites. In Backyardigans, Sasha, the hippo.
Oh yeah, I remember Sasha.
I loved Sasha.
Sorry, I'm kind of just leaving you out to dry here.
That's okay. I'm just trying to remember childhood.
Yes. The thing that some people have.
Let's see. There's also gosh. I can't remember any of the characters' names from Code Lyoko, but I really liked
Code Lyoko. Man, that's a show that I could talk about for hours.
We're not going to though.
Well, okay.
No, I don't want to.
No, I'm not planning.
We've had this. We've had
but
this
I have
conversation
to answer the question as well.
Okay.
I have my 3 because I was just a simple person, and I'm not going to give any explanation for this. And you're probably not going to know any of these characters because they're all from books that most likely you and the people in the chat have not read.
Yay.
Twig from the Edge Chronicles. Ori from Name of the Wind. And I still haven't found his name. Oh, hold on. One more chance. Nope. Wrong one. Hold on. Second to last chance. It's the young druid, and I can't remember his name. Anyway, the young druid from the Shannara series. That's the those are the three characters. I don't know what that was. Made a whole lot of noise though.
It was very loud.
Walker Bow from the Shannara series. Those are my three characters, and that's the only information that I'll give to you. Also, thanks Sunrise Parabellum for the gifted sub. It is much appreciated. Yo, Hanska, you've read the Edge Chronicles? I love when people tell me that they've read those books. Those are some of the like
my favorite.
Just the arms.
My favorite thing is when your arms just go
like,
up.
Woo! I'm excited. Yo,
Wait,
Faye, thanks for the like.
Have you ever done the like tiny
drastic
arms?
amount of gifted? You gifted 10 subs. Thanks, Faye.
The tiny arms.
Yeah, the tiny arms.
I can't do them very well.
So, Sunrise. It's also Let's Not.
Wait, I'm confused.
All y'all have way too many accounts. But thank you again, Faye, for the 10 gifted subs. That is greatly appreciated. Yeah, no, the Edge Chronicles are one of the biggest influences for my creative like process and the things that I like to write about and design campaigns around and kind of the vibe and feel of them. I just think they're incredible. Somehow I don't own the books. Like, I don't own them. Which is something I really need to rectify. But, yeah, they're an incredible... They're like kids' books, somehow. Not sure. Like, I would put them as young adult, but they're in the kids section, and I've never understood why.
I want to read them just from you talking about
them. They're good. Handskate, how what?
How do you not own the books?
Oh, because I read them when I was a kid, and then I just never bought them when I had the money to buy them, which I do now, and I just haven't. Plus, I'm pretty sure that there are books in the Edge Chronicles that I haven't read. Like, I went back to the library a while ago. I was like, I like to like revisit books that I read and see how well they like held up. To like now that I am not a child, fully. and I'll just like pick them up, read them quick, and be like, oh, you know, that's not as good as I remember it. But I found an Edge Chronicle book that I hadn't read before, and I was like, excuse me, what's this? Where did this come from? Where did it go? Who am I? What is happening? It was great, by the way. It was a really good book. Yeah, number one best part about the Edge Chronicles, the art.
Yeah, I really want to read them specifically to see the art for it.
I legitimately think that you would like. There's a lot of books that I really love that I don't think that you'd like. Mm-hmm. I think that you would like the Edge Chronicles. Like, yeah. They fit enough of the like whimsical vibe that I think that you would really like it.
Yeah, I definitely want to read them.
13 currently. I am just... Are they still coming out with them? Or are they, like, done? Also, congrats on your glasses, Maz. I don't know if
you blind boy.
That is... I anticipated a fully different word. But also, thanks for the gifted sub, Maz. We're at a level 4 hype train, I think.
Yo.
According to this.
No. What kind of hype?
I don't know. It's a train. It's just
chugga
Thomas.
Chugga.
Thomas
dun, 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 dun. Grant was telling me about Shammy Ham.
Oh, Thublong Shammy Ham?
Yeah.
Thublong Shammy Ham.
I hate it.
I hate him. Not the character. I legit it is rage inducing to think of that character.
Oh my gosh. I won't talk about it because that's Grant's story
Oh
to
my
tell.
God.
But he told me about that yesterday.
Never bring it up. Just don't, because he'll do the voice and I will.
It's gross. It's so wet. Why? I've never heard such a wet voice, and I didn't like it.
God, it like it haunts me in my dreams. And we're not going to talk. We're going to end it right now, and no one listening is going to ask Grant about it ever. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
He brings it up every time I'm like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to make a character for this one shot," and he's like, "Can I play Sublong?" And I'm like, "No, don't utter that name in my presence. Do not speak the deep magic to me, witch."
Oh my god!
I was there when it was written. Like, oh my goodness, that boy.
Oh my goodness. It was a character, that's for sure.
I don't even know if I could call it that. It was torture.
It wasn't a very original idea, though.
Grant is chock full of original ideas. That doesn't mean they're good.
So much aggression.
I feel so bad. I've literally I told myself, I'm like, I need to make sure that I'm like being very like respectful and kind towards like my fellow castmates and stuff. And then Grant pops into my brain and I can't stop. I would say that the voice is very similar to your reaction to the Chestnut King. The difference is that the Chestnut King is like an actually good person who like has motive and depth. Like, you can hate the voice all you want, but the guy's a good like guy. And then there's Grant's character, who shall not be named. And that is just not the case. It's just not. Oh man, what to talk about next?
I want to talk about Between the Rows, but there's really nothing we can talk about
right?
with
We can't, not until like wake me up when September ends, and then we can talk about it.
No.
But we can't do a whole lot of reveals about Between the Rows, Sins of the Father, until we've actually like started to release it.
I'm so excited.
I
figured out a thing I could do for a poster that would still be like tribute to the art of the season 1 of Between the Rows. So I'm gonna be working on that for you. But yeah, because I really love the idea of making a poster each year. That's so fun.
I want to like. That's what I want to decorate my setup with. Is like I just want the walls of my room to be covered with movie posters of Between the Rows. And let's not. It is so tempting to release BTR early, just because I want more sick art of it.
I know.
Now,
I
sadly,
agree.
we can't release it early because we don't have it recorded.
Right.
And
and
that's a thing that we need to do.
Like, Between the Rows is so good because it's so much shorter.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much easier to consume, but it's still got all the elements that like I love from the main campaign. It's got the character in depth, it's got the backstories, it's got the cool ties, it's got the great NPCs. Like, I'm so excited.
I hope to not disappoint. Also, congratulations everyone for your hype train emotes. Good work out there. The hype has been given, delivered. Signed, sealed, delivered from your eyes.
The hype station is
here I am, baby.
I
It's a
don't know
great
where
song.
we're going anymore.
Lydia, it's only been an
I,
hour.
I know. We got so much longer.
Oh man. Feel free to ask us any more questions that you have. Just I don't know. It's not like we're stalling for time or anything. Cause yeah, we can't talk a whole lot about
It's just
between
everything's
us.
on pause, or we have to wait
Everything is on
for.
pause. We have to wait. Now, this coming Monday, we will answer that question momentarily. This coming Monday will either be. Hold on. I might sneeze and I'm not sure.
Bless you.
I think I'll be fine. It will either be Drew DMing, or it'll be me again. Sorry. Who knows what it'll be? If it's me DMing, I would love to do a one shot in Marith. If you are okay with that, because I know that Grant and Drew are down, but you weren't part of that original conversation.
I mean, I just want to play D&D.
Sounds good. But as for the answer to Handskate's favorite musicals, Lydia, I know you love musicals.
See, here's the thing.
All of them.
I don't hate musicals.
Every
I'm just
single
not a
one.
big musical person. But I do
Obsessed
have musicals
with
I
them.
enjoy. Like, I really love Wicked. Wicked's my favorite.
Wicked. Okay, that's fair. Are we including like animated musicals, like Disney movie musical kind of things?
I'd say no.
Okay. In that case, for like Broadway musicals, I mean, interestingly enough, my answer may be. Oh shoot! Because if we're not just including if it's only Broadway, then I'm probably just going to say Phantom of the Opera, just because that's the one that I've seen the most. If we're talking movie musicals that are only Broadway inspired, so like Les Mis, like the Les Mis movie, I've seen more than the Phantom of the Opera movie. So I would say that for that one. Now, if it's just like live action plays, like on a stage, not necessarily Broadway, then we have a pickle. Because I'm a big fan of like Tin Can Brothers and Star Kid musicals.
Oh, I loved Star Kid.
Love Star Kid. That opens up just it's a problem because
I don't know, Maz. That one's kind of sus.
You're kind of sus.
I did have a question though, Aaron.
Yes.
So, what is our predicted date for when we're going to be back to the main campaign? Do you know?
Oh man, if I had to predict,
I want to say it's because we can't do the first week of August.
Can't do the first, and even if we could, we need things like setup. So I think that it'll take at least a week of setup. And then we also have to reconsider if are we going to do the duo shots still? Are we going to do like a character one shot still, or are we just jumping back in? If we jump back in, I think that it's feasibly possible to do it by the 8th. I think that it's more than likely possible to do it by the 15th.
Okay.
I think that if we do the additional stuff that we were going to do before we actually get started with Chapter 2, then it might be the 22nd. The latest it would be is the 29th. But that's my prediction regarding those things.
Got you. It's so long.
Yes. Yeah, it sucks. And then in the middle of that month is when we start recording Between the Rows.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. Okay.
um,
Okay.
Maz, as for moving into the house, I would like to hope that we would be moved in at the latest by the middle of the second week of August.
Grant's prediction.
Yes, that is probably more accurate than mine.
Grant's prediction is that we will be moved. I'm trying to remember what he said. It's gonna take these and then that. I think his prediction is like the third week of August.
Third week of August?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Why the third week of August?
Well, with like taking care of like cleanup and things like that. Because first of all, like with the current tenants, it'll be probably like 2 weeks with like a little bit of cleaning, not fully in depth. Because then we got to go back and we got to clean everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got some repairing stuff we got to do and like taking care of floor things and that.
Yeah, but like carpet
and then
tear out and replacement isn't that? Doesn't take that long.
Right, but then also it's like just a lot of.
I think that third week is a like longest estimation. I think that if we crack down, I think that
third
we
week's pretty well because Grant's gonna be gone.
Oh shoot! I forgot about that. In that case, yeah, third week. totally forgot that whole Grant's gone for like a week thing. You know, that's because I'm like, it shouldn't take more than 2 weeks for us to do stuff. But if Grant is gone for the week, then yeah, it would be 3 weeks. And Maz, you are correct. In the paper dungeon, there's an ongoing war between all mods, and it's a requirement that you must fight for supremacy.
No.
Tear each other down, rip them up by their roots.
No.
Bathe yourself in the blood of your enemies.
No.
Yeah, and then make sure that you're kind and respectful to one another. And yeah, so that's pretty much
the immediate switch.
Answer for favorite musical overall, I'm going to say it's between the guy who didn't like musicals and Black Friday. And that's what I'm going to say. It's my answer. I'm sticking to it. I've been thinking about it this whole time in the back of my brain.
I'm so proud.
So, after that is the Oregon Trail. you know the one I'm talking about?
I know that one.
So, yeah, those are my go-tos. I think that they really upped their production with Black Friday though. Like it had some really good like
I haven't seen a lot in full. I've seen mostly just kind of the memed clips and things.
Black Friday is really good.
That explains a lot of the way you are, Aaron, and I mean that in a good way.
Well, yeah. Well, so here's the thing. Like, I've been working on improving and modifying my like form of comedy for basically my whole life, and I think that pretty much goes for everyone when it comes to like behavior. And you are basically just a compilation of all the other things that you've seen, and it's just adapted and mixed in and turned into your own information. So like a lot of my humor I notice comes from like the like Star Kid musicals and stuff like that. I've incorporated a lot of that vibe into it. Oh shoot, who's the comedian? He's the Delta Airlines comedian. Oh gosh. You know who I'm talking about, chat. I can't remember. Help me out here.
I can only think of like John Mulaney.
That's the one. That's literally the guy. Yeah.
That's the one? Okay.
He's the guy who did the Delta Airlines bit. Because we're Delta Airlines. Like, it's great. Yeah, the dude with the literally, Maz, I thought you were making the a reference to John Mulaney has a bit where he talks about being offended as a proud Asian American woman. It's really good. But yeah, like there's a lot of like John Mulaney, a lot of Game Grumps is in my humor. You can see a lot of like those jokes and Funhouse as well. Those are like the main comedy influences for me. So yeah, it does. It has a lot of pull. Do you have anything like that, Lydia? Any like anything that you watched, or like seriously influenced you in the way that you speak and act?
Probably like Arthur.
Like the show where she's like, this sign can't stop me. I can't read.
Yeah.
Okay, like the aardvark one. Gotcha.
That's a good one. Just...
I can actually see it. Like, I don't know so much about Arthur, but I can see a lot of the like, the like Arthur meme community.
Yeah.
That's like a lot. That humor matches
it.
yours very,
that's
very
well.
That's
my humor.
the like headphones, like, but the ears are
or like
over the headphones and stuff.
Also like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials.
That is actually, yeah, that's very accurate. You are like multiple of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I have a screenshot meme of one of them where it's just a blank face just staring off into space like, and it's my favorite image I own. I'm gonna find it. Hold on.
You also remind me a lot of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch that is the first one to try to eat another Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah.
Like, just straight off the bat.
Just immediate. It's this one.
Like,
it's this guy.
Yep, that one. Like, I'll be honest. I don't care what your sign is. Which Cinnamon Toast Crunch are you?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch
right?
are you?
Like, that's the real personality chart, in my opinion.
Oh my gosh! Now I gotta look up images of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Faces. That's just recipes.
I haven't like had like TV for a very long time. Like I just have like Netflix and things like that. Are commercials still as wild as I remember them to be? Like mascot commercials and stuff? Because like I'm thinking of like the Apple Jacks commercials. Like, do they still have really weird ones where you're like, what? This doesn't make me want to eat this cereal at all. This just makes me a little bit scared. Like, the apple just, like, is just the worst. And then there's just this cinnamon stick with dreads. And I'm like, what is happening? Now, to be fair, I guess that it worked because I remember them. But, like, I don't know. Now it's just loud and annoying. I feel like maybe it always was, and now we're just at a point in life where we don't like that.
You recognize it, yeah.
Yeah, like... I don't know. Because they still have... And also, like, a lot of the design has gone further away from creepily realistic. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's a big humor for me.
Big humor, like, guide for a lot of people I know. Which is weird for me because I didn't watch SpongeBob. Like, I'm not a SpongeBob guy.
Grant told me it's like, he was like, we were in the car and I made a SpongeBob reference and he's like, it makes me so happy every time I hear a SpongeBob reference.
Because, so for Grant, the only person that Grant hangs out with is like me. And so he'll like make a SpongeBob reference and I'm aware that it is a SpongeBob reference, but I not only do I not care, I actively disapprove. And so he'll be like,
were you aware that
it'll turn to look at me, and I'm like,
were you aware that Dirty Dan was a SpongeBob
oh,
joke?
of course I did.
Okay, good.
I knew it quite well.
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
I know a lot of the...
Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob.
I know
You're good.
a lot
You're
of
good.
the, like, I use that one myself. That one I do use. I specifically at work, like, I'll be, like, driving a wave, which is, like, the little thing that lifts you up to, like, higher boxes and stuff. Or someone else would be, like, moving a cart, and they'll, like, squeeze through a small... And I'm like, you're good. You're good. And they're, like, actively... They have to, like, lift up the cart and, like, shove it through this area. And I'm like, we'll buff out those scratches later, Captain.
The one I do all the time is when people will call me Lid, I'll be like, the lid, the lid, the lid. And it's Patrick is trying to put his hand on the lid of a jar and he just misses.
Every time.
The lid, the lid, the lid.
Yeah, I know a lot of the, like, memes and references, probably just because I hang around Grant.
That's fair.
But I'm not an active partaker in the, like, SpongeBob meme culture. There are a couple that I really appreciate. I'm a big fan of the like, Patrick being given his wallet back. Big fan of that
That's
one.
a good one.
I think it's real quality.
What is on my wallet?
It's like, is this your picture in the wallet? I like the just the incredibly well drawn the.
Yes, that's a great one. That was a good episode.
I don't know any of the context to it because I just know the meme form. So, like, I don't know what actually happens, and I would prefer if you didn't tell me.
It was like, what's I can't remember the exact number. It was like, you scored 6 out of 6.
Yeah.
100.
Oh man.
The golden stars. 74. I love all the, and then always the you know it's funnier than 24. 25. Oh gosh, I could make SpongeBob references forever.
So one of the craziest things to me is, like, a lot of, like, Nickelodeon animators and Disney does the same thing too. And they actually, a lot of them cross, but, like, how many people are involved in one show that are also involved in another show? Mm-hmm. Like, I can never remember who's the guy who did Phineas and Ferb.
I couldn't tell you.
I was really depending on you for that one.
I don't know.
Dan Povenmire. Dan Povenmire also did, like, he did a lot of work on SpongeBob. He's done work, like, on, like, a ton of, like I think he did work on, like, Fairly Godparent or Fairly Odd
Parents.
It's been a long time. All right. By how
no one understands.
Do.
Mom and Dad, Vicky always getting him demands. It told me to stop. It said no more.
But yeah, like, Dan worked on, and you can actually see, like, so he's on TikTok and he'll, like, talk about making the shows and stuff, but he, like, tried to make a joke in Phineas and Ferb and everyone loved it. He's like, I feel like someone did this joke already. And they're like, I don't think anyone did. And he's, like, going through and he's like, I made this joke already, and it's in, like, in a SpongeBob episode. So he had to change it in Phineas and Ferb. And it's, like, it's wild to see just how many shows people, like, had influence in or made, like, really good episodes and then also made their own show. Like, Rebecca Sugar for Steven Universe also did a whole bunch of work for Adventure Time. Like, wrote songs and stuff for it, which is like, oh, it makes sense why it's like so musically inspired for Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I just think it's cool. I love animation. I've mentioned it before. I just think that it's cool, and because it like that's also Nickelodeon and Disney. So like,
I thought of another one.
Dan crossed streams there, and it's really cool. What?
Um, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yep.
I saw this one TikTok recently where it was the voice actress who does Cheese. And I'm trying to remember what she's doing, but I'm pretty sure she's with her daughter, and she's like petting her daughter's head, and the daughter's like recording her mom, and it's like, we're brother ladies, we're brother ladies, we're brother ladies, and it's just that.
Yo, Pool knows someone who works on the Animaniacs show with gosh dang David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. That means that by all technicality, through you, I, according to the transitive property of addition, also know David Tennant. Man, animated. Oh wait, no, that's not Animaniacs. I'm an idiot. That's DuckTales. Big difference. I don't know why my brain just went to DuckTales when I read Animaniacs. They operate in the same area of my mind for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, animation, so cool. Kid shows really stepping it up recently. Like they've been picking up the pace.
Really? I haven't been paying attention.
I try to keep an eye out for like pretty much any and all animation.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really quality. I feel like technically it's been a step down recently in some areas, and then in others it's like vastly accelerated. Like I know like Owl House is a really, really good show.
I don't know any of this.
It's good. Like I'm surprised. Like there's a lot of like D&D community crossover with a lot of these shows. There was another one that I can't remember the name of. There's the one with the frogs. I don't remember which one that is. But yeah, there's some really good like kid shows, like animated kid shows out there right now. Both in terms of like animation style and skill, and actual like quality of the show. Both of them pretty dang good right now. People finally realizing like, wait a second. Kid shows don't have to be dumb. Oh, wait just a second there, bucko. Like, I'm into it. Oh, man. I was never a Chowder person. Uncle Grandpa
Chowder?
was...
No, I didn't like those.
Wild.
I didn't. There was very select Cartoon Network shows I liked. I liked a lot of the older ones, like The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I liked that one.
Yep.
Coward the Friendly Dog I didn't like.
No, that was creepy. It was like Coward the is it?
It's a coward.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. There we go.
Courage the Cowardly Dog is animated like the up close scenes in SpongeBob, but all the time.
Yeah. I didn't like that one. Codename Kid Next Door. Enjoyed that one.
I don't know. I didn't watch a whole lot of that one. I know that it was... So there's like different eras of animation. Once again, super fun topic. I love to talk about it. You can really see the periods in time. It's kind of like, you know how Disney has like different eras of animation. So they start off in like the Golden Age, which is like Snow White, Cinderella, the like oh yes, everything, like the just boom of Disney at the start, and then it goes to the Silver Age. Then you have the like questionable age, which is when a lot of my favorite movies from Disney were made, when everyone was like, I don't know about this. And then there's like the Golden Age revival and things like that. Um, Animation as a whole, when it comes to kid shows, both on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, also kind of had their like eras of time. So if you look at like the animation styles used in Dexter's Laboratory, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that very like hard outlined, simple character concept but have very striking silhouettes.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the way to animate. That was like how you were successful, and it was like it was like the recipe for success. Um, Eventually it has gotten to like different character styles are very prominent because um, once you got to like Avatar, like at that point in time things were almost closer to like realism in animation. Like they tended to stray, it like split in two ways. It either got really out there or like much closer to realism in animation.
Mm-hmm.
And then those also kind of splinter, and we've now gotten to the point where we end up with like the type of character design is it's a bean head because it just looks like a jelly bean is like the way that they draw faces. Like
Really?
yeah, if you look at the like Steven from Steven Universe, if you look at his head shape, you
Oh,
have
I
the like
see what you mean. Yeah,
little
yeah,
bubble,
yeah.
and then it has another bubble, and that's like
Yeah.
how they draw faces. That's like a lot of um like how a lot of heads are drawn because it's cute, fast, easy, and looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a lot more simplified, but the actual techniques that they use in the animation are way more varied. Like if you look at like Chowder and oh shoot, there was the Flapjack, I think was it. Like that kind of like really weird animation styles, those kind of developed into things like Amazing World of Gumball, which uses just a wild amount of animation styles all in one continuous stream, um, which is kind of jarring when you first see it, but really cool when you look at the like different techniques that they use. And then the realistic ones have now evolved into, in a way that it's been adopted into like the movie, more like aimed at older teen styles when it comes to like Young Justice and stuff like that, where it's a lot more fleshed out characters and realistic movements and stuff like that. I think animation is super cool. I think it's awesome. So it's just so neat. I wish I could do it better.
You're learning though.
I'm trying real hard. I would love, like, the things in my mind that I would love to animate are so cool, and I just don't know how to do it yet. But I'm confident that eventually I will. And I would love so much to be able to post like stuff for like Paper Dungeon, like animations of like a combat or something like that, or even just a character animation, or like a loop or something like that. I think would be so cool. But I'm working on it, slow and steady.
Learning. We're all learning.
Oof, learning sucks. I wish I could just
For
do
real.
it.
Same.
Like, why can't I just do a thing and then it works? Yeah. Lydia,
What do we do now?
I don't know. We've got like over 30 minutes. Chat, what should we do? What do we do for another 30 minutes?
Do now.
Oh my goodness. Tired. We're losing people by the second.
I want to get food, Aaron.
I mean, we could end 30 minutes early. It wouldn't be that bad.
Can we get Taco Bell?
We could get Taco Bell.
Should we
Oh,
see
shoot.
how much more Grant has to work? What?
Sorry. Maz mentioned the roll for sandwich, like, guy on TikTok. He has like like tables of like sandwich stuff. So you can roll to make it's really cool. Um, I mean, if y'all don't have any questions, I am personally like I can talk about any subject forever. Like if we wanted to talk about Code Lyoko, we could talk about Code Lyoko. If we wanted to talk about book series, we could talk about book series. Thing is, I don't think we really have anything that we super want or need to talk about.
I want and I need Taco Bell.
Lydia's hungry.
I'm
If
hungry.
y'all have no more questions for me or Lydia,
Feed me.
I will go through my obligatory plugs at the end of stream, and then I will call it a day. So,
Taco Waco. Okay.
first off, we have socials. As I said, we're working on them. They'll be back up and running soon. Right now, we don't have a whole lot of stuff up like that we can do stuff with, so we're working on it. We're doing our best. Join our Discord. It's really awesome there. If you aren't in there, you should be. It's really cool. You can talk with us. You can talk with other Dungeoneers. It's really awesome. If you want to support us, easiest way you can do that, tell your friends. It's free. It's easy. Or you could subscribe. You could smash that like button, comment down below. For those of you on the YouTubes, I don't know if this goes on. I don't think it does. Or we have a Ko-Fi, we have a Patreon, and we have a Streamlabs dono set up on Twitch. Also, I almost forgot to say it. Shout out to the people on Spotify. Like, we occasionally hear from you, and it's awesome to know that you're there. Let's see. We have a website where we have a merch store, and you can buy merch. Lydia also has a store where you can buy specifically Lydia's merch and enter into the list of commissions that have a wait list, and Lydia will get to them in time. Oh, we got rated. Hey, community.
Oh no!
It's awesome to have you. We are going through our obligatory end of stream plugs.
Because we're gonna go get Taco Bell.
Lydia is a hungry person.
I'm hungry.
Oh geez, hold on. Give me just a second. Shoot. I was thinking I would feel bad to just like get raided and then not like raid someone else. Lydia, do you know of anyone that we could like raid? And or how we raid, because I don't remember how.
I don't remember how. But I think it's a command. Matt probably knows how to do it. Let me look and see. I don't have anybody live right now, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't have anyone for me either. Well,
it's okay. We'll save it for another day.
It's all right. We'll save it for another day. Thank you, anyway, Commune and the rest of your community. I don't know what that laugh was, and I apologize.
It took me a second to register what you were doing. Oh
gosh. Sorry, you missed a conversation about a whole bunch of things.
Lots of cartoons.
Yes, talking about animation. I would love to do more of that. But yeah, we will be streaming this Monday. Yes, thank you, Wander, for remembering to shout out Community DM. For those of us in our chat, throw them a follow at minimum, because y'all are super supportive, and we appreciate that greatly. You guys are great. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
You're stalling aggressively.
I'm trying to remember if there's anything else.
Taco Bell.
I'm sorry that you're hungry, Lydia. Fine. I'll just say, good luck and Godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers.
Take it outside the bingo.
Goodbye, everybody. It was great seeing you. We will be back this Monday at 7 p.m. and also next Thursday. Goodbye.